Stampers, this is Trevis. So today's video is using some more product from the mini catalog. And one of my favorite bundles in there is called the Merry Moose. So this was available last year. You may have it if you were lucky enough to get it last year. It went unavailable pretty quickly because of the popularity, and they decided that they would bring it back this year because so many people wanted it. So I wouldn't say that I'm really a moose person. I love animals, but I didn't get it last year, and then I thought, I'm just going to go ahead and get that because I love that punch. And so I'm really happy that I did because I'm making some really cute cards with it. So today I'm going to use the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper that is also in the mini catalog. And I'm going to show you a little technique that actually just kind of happened on my stamp table. I had a piece of leftover after I cut out a die, I had a piece of leftover cardstock, and I thought, I'll just wing that. And then I thought, wait a minute, I think I can make something with that. And so I had this piece of, just this little white piece of, this was the inspiration for my card, this little white piece of trash. And so I'm going to use that today, and I'm going to make a card using the moose. So let's get started today. Okay, so I am going to use that Designer Series paper, that Heartwarming Hugs. I'm going to use the polka dot side. So the colors that coordinate with this is Mossy Meadow, Pear Pizzazz, Real Red, and White. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a technique, and I'm actually going to lay this on my Designer Series paper. I'm going to use the tree from the set Merry Moose. I'm going to stamp it several times in Mossy Meadow. So I'm pick this up using Mossy Meadow, and I'm just going to stamp. I'm going to try to stamp a little bit heavy because there is a layer that's going in here, but it's still nice to, you'll see the technique here shortly. Okay, now I'm going to ink that up one more time and stamp it off. I'm going to stamp another one like right here. And then ink it up again and stamp it off over here. I think it's pretty much, well, maybe I'll do one more. This background's going to get covered up, so no worries there. Okay, so we're done with Mossy Meadow. Now what I'm going to do is, oh, where's my cardstock? Okay, a piece of white cardstock. Hold on a second. Here we go. Sorry about that. I'm going to stamp the moose. I find that it's easier to stamp the outside of the image first because this is a two-step. So I'm going to use soft suede, and I'm going to stamp the moose, and then I'm going to use the solid image, and I'm going to stamp that off a couple times to make it lighter, and I'm going to line it up. It's so much easier to do it this way than to try to line it up the opposite way. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could use your blends. You could use your aqua painter to color him in, but wow, so easy. So why go to all that trouble? Just so quick. Now I'm going to use the punch. I'm going to punch him out. And even if you don't have the stamp set, if you get the punch, you can punch out solid images of the moose, and it's actually very cute also. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to mount it on here. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. mount that on here. Okay. And then I'm going to mount this back on here. So now you can see that this back piece is going to get covered up, so it's no worries. Kind of line it up like that. Then we're going to pop up our mousse. I'm going to use some small dimensionals, probably about 4 of them. And I am going to just adhere him into the center. There. Okay. I use my 1/2 sheet of white cardstock. So this is 5.5 by 8.5. Now this designer series paper is cut exactly this 1/2 sheet. So this is 1/4 sheet. So this is actually 4.25 by 5.5. So there won't be any edge showing on the white. Usually I like to do a border, but on this card, I kind of thought it was better to just have the polka dots and then no border. I don't know. So now I'm going to use a piece of white, and I'm going to stamp the saying, Happiest of Holidays, which is also from the set. I'm going to stamp that in real red. And I don't have the punch that I wanted, so I'm just going to trim it real quick. This kind of freaks people out when I do it, but works for me. Do a little fishtail. Okay. Now I am going to put a little piece of red ribbon behind it. So this is the double stitch satin ribbon from the big catalog. You don't need a whole lot, just need a very small piece. Think about like that. Perfect. So I'm going to put a little adhesive on the back. Do a little bend like that, so that just a little bit shows at the top and a little bit shows at the bottom. Put a couple more dimensionals on this. Actually 3. I'm going to put one in the center there to hold that ribbon in place. That really works well. Okay. And now I'm just going to adhere this to the bottom of my card, right there. And there's my finished Christmas card. I really love the moose. I'm like excited about him because I think he's different, something different. The stamp set is very versatile. It has the big Christmas, the big tree, small tree. Also has the scarf for the moose, which is adorable, little presents. It also has the raccoon, so it's very versatile. Little star. You can put a hat on the moose. It's just cute, and the sayings are awesome. So actually the polka dots almost makes it look like there's lights on the trees, which was kind of a happy accident. So hope you enjoyed this card today, and if you're interested in that August special, here's the hostess code that you will need to use by the end of the month, 6PUW2QRM. So check it out on my website. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day stamping. Bye.